Hey, what's up, everybody? Starting here bringing you guys a new game collection update video. Now, this time I'm gonna be showing you guys my GameCube collection. I don't have a whole lot of GameCube games, so this shouldn't take very long. So just gonna go ahead and work through some of these. The first up here is Alien Hominid. Bought this game in the stores back a long time ago. A lot of these GameCube games I bought a long time ago. I haven't bought a new GameCube game in years, and yeah, I don't think that's gonna change anytime soon. But yeah, I bought this game in the store a long time ago. I hadn't really heard of it that much before, but originally this was a Flash game. I think it was on Newgrounds back in the day too. It was a Flash game on Newgrounds. I wasn't really aware of it because I wasn't on Newgrounds like that back then. Or ever really, but I've heard of Newgrounds and stuff. But it used to be a Flash game, and then it got turned into like a full-fledged release video game like this. Yeah, this game is really fun. It's also really hard. It's a 2D side-scrolling shooter. You like run around and shoot. You play like the Alien Hominid and shoot these FBI agents that shot down your ship, and you have to try to get your ship back so you can go back to your home planet. This game, like I said, it's fun, but man, it's pretty difficult. I've beaten it a couple times, but you really gotta work for it to beat it, especially the final boss and the final areas. The soundtrack in this game is amazing too. It's a really good soundtrack, and this game is a lot of fun. I think it got an HD release back on the Xbox 360, so if you want to play it there, you can. I think it's on the PS3 also. I know it's on the 360 in HD, but I'm not sure if it was on the PS3. But yeah, I would recommend playing Alien Hominid. It's just you really got to like work for it if you want to beat this game. It's worth it though. It's a lot of fun to play, but it's pretty challenging. Alright, next game is Ed, Edd n Eddy: The Misadventures. This is a 3D platform video game starring the Eds from Ed, Edd n Eddy, which is a show that I watched a whole bunch growing up on Cartoon Network, and I freaking love this show. It's great. I thought the game was pretty good too. It could have, it had a little bit, it left a little bit to be desired. The game wasn't completely terrible. I thought it was fun for what it was though. But it has like its flaws and stuff. Like the character models in this game are pretty notorious, and honestly, rightly so. The character models in this game didn't really look the best. I felt like they could have done a lot better with the character models. But overall, the game was fun. But I do wish there was a little bit more to it. Like I actually managed to beat this game in one sitting. Like I bought it and sat down to play it, and I wound up playing through the entire game and beat it in one sitting without like trying or intending to. It's a really short game, and I never had a problem with short games. I'm fine with those, but I do wish that there was a little bit more to this game. Like what they had was pretty fun and stuff. I felt like the potential was there, but I just wish there was more to it. I wouldn't mind it'd be cool if they made another Ed, Edd n Eddy video game that was really similar to this, where like you could walk around and explore the cul-de-sac and access missions or scams as they're called through the cul-de-sac. It'd be cool if you just had a little more to it. It doesn't have to be massive. Like it doesn't have to be like an open world or anything like that. It could just be like a bigger hub area where you could like explore even more of the cul-de-sac. Maybe go to like a little few places beyond the cul-de-sac that could be made like exclusively for this game. Have like a little more variety in the missions and things you could do with it and stuff like that. I felt like with this, like the potential for a really cool 3D Ed, Edd n Eddy game was there, but this is pretty much the only like 3D Ed, Edd n Eddy game that was made. I think the other ones are all 2D games, and I haven't played any of those. This is the only one I've played, but it's an alright game. Just wish there was a little more to it, but I love the show. Next up is another Cartoon Network show turned video game, and that's The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. This is like an arena fighter type game. I guess it's kind of like a Power Stone like game. It's been a long time since I played this, but I remember having some fun with it when I did play. You can pick all the different characters, either Billy, Mandy, Grim. I think you can play like a Hoss Delgado. Quite a few of the characters from the cartoon and arena fighter Power Stone type game. From what I remember, like I said, I haven't played this, but from what I remember from when I played, it was pretty fun, and Billy and Mandy's yet another Cartoon Network show I love. The actual absolute absurdity of the show was freaking hilarious. So it's a great show. It's a pretty fun video game too. And next is Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. I'm a really big fan of the Harry Potter series. I've seen like all the movies in theaters. Of course, I've owned and read all of, like, you know, the main like Harry Potter books and stuff. And beyond this, I've played some of the other Harry Potter games. Like, and I've played, you know, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. I actually played those on the computer back in the day. Like when I first played the first two Harry Potter games, the Sorcerer's Stone and the Chamber of Secrets, I played those on the computer back in the day. And then the third Harry Potter game, what was it? The Prisoner of Azkaban. I rented that one from Blockbuster back in the day, back when Blockbuster was a thing, and played through some of that. At the time, I remember that one being my favorite. The Prisoner of Azkaban one was like my favorite Harry Potter game at the time, and it's my favorite Harry Potter movie. It's been a while since I've seen the movies again, so let me see if that's still my favorite Harry Potter movie. But me and a friend of mine played this game in co-op, like all the way through. It's pretty fun to play. I'm not sure how playing this game is with solo. It's probably one of those games where like you enjoy it better if you play it in co-op with another, like it's up to 3 players. So if you play it in co-op with other people, you'll probably like enjoy it better. But me and my friend played through the game in co-op, and it was pretty fun at the time. It was not my favorite Harry Potter game. I like the other like 3 better than this one, but it's not too bad. Next up is a game called I Ninja. This is a 3D platform game where you play as this little ninja guy, and I think he gets like this enraged stone or something like that, and he winds up accidentally killing his master and unleashing some kind of like evil or something like that. It's been a while since, like I said, it's been a while since I played like any of these GameCube games, so I can't remember like the story exactly, but it's basically something like that. You find like this rage stone, he gets enraged and accidentally kills his master, and master gets turned into a ghost, and he, like, you know, guides him throughout the game to help him defeat the what is his name, Master Odor, something like that, and to beat him and keep him from like taking over the world or whatever it was. He was trying to see if I fit this into the thing, keep him from taking over the world or whatever it is he was trying to do. But yeah, basically it's like a 3D platform game. This game was another one I remember being pretty fun that I had for a while. This game gets pretty hard too. Like I remember in the later levels, this game got quite hard after a while. It's a fun game. This was another that has a pretty nice soundtrack. Every time I see this game, I think about this one soundtrack. It's like this really chill, peaceful, tranquil kind of like soundtrack going. I forgot what the name of it was. I think it's like Mountain Pass or something like that. We're like kind of running around in this hub world with this mountainous like area in the background. It's like it's a really chill and tranquil type of song. I have to like try to remember what the name of it was, but basically it has a pretty nice soundtrack to it. The game is fun, but it gets pretty difficult. Even initially the game is pretty difficult, but later on it gets pretty challenging too. You really got to work for it to beat this game, which I've beaten it at least once before. And this game was actually supposed to get a sequel. They started working on the sequel for I Ninja not long after they finished this, but the way the story goes, I think they ran out of money at the time before they could finish it, before they could really start on it. So unfortunately we won't get a I Ninja 2, even though they were already working on it when it started. Game development do be rough sometimes. Next I have KO Round 2, the Kangaroo. This is another 3D platformer. I love my 3D platformers. I love them. This one was pretty fun too, from what I can remember. He plays like this kangaroo. He can, he's a kangaroo, so of course he can box and stuff. But I think you do get guns because he's holding whatever that is on the front cover. But from what I played this game, I remember it being pretty fun for the most part. I was thinking about playing through it again one of these days at some point, because they actually just recently, I think it's like a remake or something of the first KO, the original one. I've never played the first. I found this game in the store. I don't remember what store because it was too long ago, but I just found this game randomly in the store. I just thought the price sticker from when I originally bought it. They paid 20 bucks for it back then, brand new. But yeah, it says round 2. This is a sequel to the original KO, which I think got remade recently. The original KO, I had never heard of KO before. I was just in the store, wherever I got this from back then, and just looking through the games. I saw this game, thought it looked pretty interesting, so I took a chance on it, bought it back then, and played it and had fun with it. And I believe the first KO game was a Dreamcast game. Now, I never had a Dreamcast. I don't think it came out on anything. You know, I don't think KO was ever on the PS1 or anything. So I never heard of or played a KO before until this game. But it was pretty fun from what I played and what I can remember of it. But yeah, I might have to pick this up again, give it another try, and see what I think of it now. And next in the list is Metal Arms Glitch in the System. This is a pretty cool game. It's a third-person shooter where you play as this robot right here, and you get all these cool weapons and stuff like that. I've played a little bit of this. I haven't played far into this, unfortunately, because my disc actually has a scratch. I still need to get this disc like resurfaced. Actually, I haven't gotten it fixed yet, but I have like a really weird or really bad scratch on this disc that I need to get fixed, because every time I try to play this game, I can't even get past the first level. I play this game, I get a little bit into it, and the game just like crashes in the first level, so I've never even gotten past the first level of this game, and then I'll try it. I gotta get the disc fixed at some point, because let's see if I can find it. I don't know if you can really see it. Yeah, I don't know if you can really see it in or on the camera, but it's somewhere on here. It's like a scratch somewhere that makes it where I can't even like complete the first level, because the game just dies in that first level every time. So I've never been past the first level, so I got to get like the disc for this resurfaced. But I've heard good things about this game. I heard it's pretty fun, so hopefully one day I can get around to getting the disc resurfaced. It'll work, and then I can actually see what this game is all about, because I don't really know too much about it. Next here is Resident Evil 2. I've told stories on this channel before about, you know, how I always wanted to play, you know, Resident Evil based off that PS1 demo disc I saw. Now, initially, I was going to buy RE2 on the PS1, because I'm mostly associated with the PS1. I think the disc is in my Gamecube right now. I think that's why it's not there. I have the disc for it. It's just the thing is sitting in my Gamecube. I think it was the last Gamecube game I played through. But yeah, I was thinking about getting the PS1 version of RE2, but what convinced me to get the Gamecube version was a while back I saw a video from this guy. I forgot what his channel name was. If I find, I'll link the video in the description in case anybody's just curious or whatever. But this guy did a video on like all the versions of Resident Evil 2, and like what all like the bonus content that came with this stuff. And there was like some extra bonus content that came with the Gamecube version of this game that wasn't on like the PS1 version or whatever. And this sounded like the more, you know, the interesting version I wanted to play. So that's why I wound up getting Resident Evil 2 on the Gamecube and actually playing through this game for the first time a couple years ago. It has to be like, I don't know, maybe like 2 or 3 years ago. I've actually managed to play through Resident Evil 2 for the first time. I enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. The tank controls took a little getting used to, because I haven't played a whole lot of games with tank controls like that. I don't have a problem with tank controls. I'm fine with it. It's just, it takes a little getting used to. But once you get the hang of how they work or whatever, they're fine. So I really enjoyed Resident Evil 2 my first time playing. It was a lot of fun. It was nice to finally be able to, like, you know, play it after seeing it for all these years. Just, you know, never played it originally when it came out, and then just never got around to until like all these years later. But I enjoy Resident Evil 2 a lot. Alright, in the next game, yeah boy, the one, the great one, the only, the Resident Evil 4. This game right here, boy. If y'all don't know, this is legitimately my favorite game of all time. This game right here is insane. Like, like I genuinely really like this game a lot. Like I could go into like a whole like over amount of detail. I've had this video out for way too long talking about just about everything I like about this game. I enjoy the gameplay, the atmosphere, everything about this game, the level of detail in the game, like with all like the little, you know, details they managed to put in this game for like a, when did this game come out? 2005, for like a 2005 game on the Gamecube. Just the stuff that they did, you know, just like look up like a FAQ or something about the different like little details. Just little things, but like it's just so much of it comes together. Like the amount of effort and stuff that was put into this game is like crazy. And this is another one that still has the price sticker on it from when I got it originally, or well, when I got it as a Christmas present. But I'm pretty sure, if I remember, because I believe like, I don't know if it was like right when the game came out, maybe a little bit later, but at some point I got this as a Christmas gift. So I got this game for Christmas one year, around when it came out. I remember my mom told me like when she went to go get this game at the store, she said the cashier was like getting really hyped up talking about how good the game was. She was like, well, alright then, I guess it must be pretty good. And then, you know, I played it, and like I said, I fell in love with this game. This game is really, really good. And the 2 discs on here, I do kind of miss that about Gamecube a little bit. The Gamecube and the little mini discuses. The little discs were funny. Yeah, like I said, this game, I really enjoyed it a lot. It's legitimately my favorite game of all time. Plus, the development history of this game is really interesting. You know, this game has like, what, 3 or 4 different versions of it that are entirely different from what Resident Evil 4 turned out to be. The development history of this game is really interesting too, which is another thing I like about it. You know, this game's existence has pretty much led to the creation of like the Devil May Cry series. So, you know, the Devil May Cry fans have Resident Evil 4 to thank for DMC existing, because Devil May Cry came from a scrapped build of Resident Evil 4 they thought was too, I forgot what they said, but they basically just like reworked the version of RE4 into what Devil May Cry is now. So we have that because of this, so the Devil May Cry fans can have that. But yeah, this game is like really awesome. I just love the how violent it is, the death animations. To this day, Resident Evil 4 and the original Dead Space and Dead Space 2 to me have like some of the greatest and goriest death scenes that can happen to your main character in gaming. Like seriously, go look up a death montage of this game. It is insane. Like it gets to the point where you start to feel bad for Leon, the way this man can get absolutely destroyed. It's insane. Like they go from being awesome to just like, god dang, I feel bad for this man. Even a video game character doesn't deserve to get shredded like this man can. It's insane, especially this dude right here. It was crazy that after 4, Resident Evil 5 actually toned down some of the violence. Like when you get, like if you get your head cut off on RE5, you don't even get to see it. In this game, you straight up see Leon's head come off of his body and like a pool of blood just sit there for a few seconds before it fades to the you are dead screen. Like you don't even get to see that in Resident Evil 5. They kind of toned it down for some strange reason, but yeah. And as for the RE4 remake, I know that's getting released soon. In my honest opinion, I'm not really excited for it or really gonna get it. Like I felt like RE4 is a great game in and of itself. I feel like this game has aged really well. I don't think it really needs a remake. I'm more than likely never gonna get RE4 remake or bother playing it, because I just feel like the game, honestly, it's just perfect the way it is. I feel like mainly the reason why people want it is just because I'm gonna be honest, y'all can't handle the control scheme. people can't. The control scheme isn't even that bad. Like seriously, the way this game controls, like once you get the hang of it, just take a couple minutes to play around with it and get the hang of it. The control scheme in this game really isn't that bad. I don't know why people act like this game is uncontrollable. Like seriously, just sit there and play it for like longer than 5 minutes and you'll actually get the hang of it. It's really not that bad. I promise you the control scheme in this game is not bad. Some people, man, I don't know what y'all talking about. I don't know what people thought. Oh, this game's gonna play. I said I wasn't gonna rant to make this video take forever, and let alone here I am. But yeah, basically I'm not getting RE4 remake. I'm fine with this, and despite the fact that this game has been released about 200 different times, I only really have this version and the PS4 version. I've only ever bought this game twice. I know the memes like you can buy Resident Evil 4 on literally anything with a screen But yeah, I only own the original GameCube version because it was originally a GameCube exclusive when it launched. And the HD version on the PS4. That's all I need. This is all the RE4 I need. They can keep the remake for all like. As much as I love my boy Leon, he's my favorite RE character, but I don't need the remake. Oh yeah, and fun fact: despite the fact that RE4 is, you know, memed and technically on every console with a screen or anything with a screen, basically, RE4 was actually never on the original Xbox. You ever notice that? It came out originally on the GameCube, then got ported to PS2, then got ported to literally everything afterwards, even the 360 and the Xbox One, but RE4 never touched the original Xbox. It's practically the only console RE4 was never on was the OG Xbox. Alright, I'm getting towards the end already, but next up is this game called Smashing Drive. It's pretty much an on-rails, little arcade type racing game. It basically plays like this taxi cab driver. You have to take fares from one end of the from one side of the map to the other. You might think kind of like Crazy Taxi. It's kind of like a even like weirder and more extreme Crazy Taxi. You can get like power-ups like a turbo boost or a giant horn that you can put on the front of your car, and you hold down the horn button and it honks the horn and blows up cars in front of you. It's a wild game, but it's on rails, so you're racing against another rival taxi cab to get your fares to their destination, before they do. It's fun. It's not a very long game. It's really short. You can honestly beat it in one sitting. You beat it in like, I don't know, 30 minutes, an hour max. It's not very long, but it's a fun little game. I enjoyed it. It's not amazing or anything. It's not gonna knock your socks off. You can't really see the price. $7.99 is what it says, but yeah, it's a pretty fun little game for what it is. It's one of those games you can like turn it on and play around and play it for like I said, 30 minutes to an hour and beat it and be done with it. This game has a really unique soundtrack. Seriously, go look up the Smash and Drive soundtrack. It's a very strange soundtrack. It's not. There's one song in it that I like pretty much. I mean, it's not a completely terrible song. It's just you can't even make out the lyrics of what they're saying, honestly. Unless you like really listen to some of it, it's like I don't know what they're saying in these lyrics. I don't even know who made the songs for this. But it's a pretty fun little game to play for a couple hours, for an hour or so. Next up is Super Smash Bros. Melee, because I feel like you can't have a GameCube and not have Melee. I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not a huge like Smash player like that. I never was. This game was fun. I remember the reason I even heard about Smash and stuff like that was honestly because my friend that when he had his GameCube, I went over to his house one day and he was playing Melee, and then we would of course play this together, either fight each other or play all the different little mini games and all that stuff in it. So that was a lot of fun. So that's how I really got, found out the introduction to the Smash Bros. It is fun. Actually, you get some friends together to play it. You can have a lot of fun with it. I've just never been like a major diehard Smash dude like that, but it's cover manual and all that stuff, and that's like the little registration thingy, whatever in the back. Some people like flip when that's in there, but yeah, it's a fun game. Let's see why it's a bestseller for the GameCube. All right, and the last game already is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3: Mutant Nightmare. This is we can play up to 4-player beat 'em up game based off the 2003 version of the Ninja Turtles, which is my personal favorite era of the Ninja Turtles. I grew up with the 03 one, and I freaking love that show. The 03 Turtles is my absolute favorite. This isn't the only Turtles game I have based on the 03 series. I also have, you guys will see it in my PS2 video, which I'll do after this one. But this came on to this too. But I also have the game just called Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which is another 3D beat 'em up. That's somewhat similar to this, but it's different in a ways. For the PS2, I like that one. That was a pretty fun one too. Also, they both have the cel shaded art style, which I I said before, I love cell shading as an art style. It's my personal favorite. I think it looks the best. I think it fits really well with the aesthetic of like the show itself and the controls and everything. This game, this was another game that me and my same friend I played the other games with, played this in co-op and had some fun with it too. It was a pretty decent game. I feel like I like the other ones better. I've actually never played the second one, nor do I have it. It's called Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 Battle Nexus. I haven't played that one, so I'm not sure what that one's like, but it might be pretty fun too if I can track down a copy that's probably going to be on the PS2 and not the Gamecube, to be honest with you.
But yeah, that's pretty much my entire Gamecube collection. I told you guys this wouldn't take very long. I don't really have a bunch of Gamecube games because I haven't really been collecting for Gamecube like that. Like, I wasn't really against collecting for the Gamecube or anything like that. It's just, I actually wanted to get a few more games for my Gamecube collection, but I just wasn't really focusing on that right now because usually I like to mainly play and collect for a PlayStation and a bit of Xbox stuff. So I've really been focusing on those things lately. And I told myself, you know, when I'm done with collecting for the PlayStation and or Xbox, or when I feel like I've at least collected enough of what I want on these systems, I would eventually like to switch over to collecting a few games for the GameCube, because there were a few GameCube games that I wanted to play that I thought looked pretty cool, mainly exclusives, like PN number 3 or product number 3 or Geist, or that one game about the Skittles. Yes, they actually made a game about Skittles. But GameCube prices recently have shot up over the years, so I don't know about all that, Chief. These GameCube prices out here are looking pretty spooky these days. So I don't know if I'll ever really gonna be collecting for the GameCube much these days, but I have a pretty decent collection for what I have at this particular moment. But I'm Star35 and I'm out. Please don't forget to rate and comment and subscribe, and stay tuned because my next collection video will be on the PS2, and I'm pretty sure that's gonna be a long one. But anyways, I'm out. Peace.